Today I'm here in California. I'll be working with a campus on their curricular approach over the next couple of days. And like many of the campuses I talk to about a curricular approach, this campus is full of really smart, dedicated people doing very meaningful work. Uh, I'll be working with them on the curricular approach because they want to bring more clarity and intentionality and alignment and integration to their work. The cost of not doing a curricular approach isn't that you won't be doing good work. You're doing good work already. It's that you can suffer from the tyranny of more, more, more. You lack coherence to articulate your value. And some of the reasons why people resist a curricular approach are actually the things that a curricular approach can bring to them. Today, I want to talk about the costs of not doing a curricular approach. One of the challenges that happens in higher education, and particularly in student affairs, is we can easily get caught up in the tyranny of more, more, more. A challenge comes up, let's do more things. A problem arises, let's add more stuff. There's a student pattern that's very concerning, let's add more events. There's a new leader who's focused on this, let's do more of that. There's a new strategic plan, which means we got to add this and add this and add this. And all of these things are helpful and maybe even needed, but we don't have a clear picture collectively of what our priorities are, what our purpose is, and how we're going to align our work with that. We end up just doing more, 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 adding more and more and more on top of other things. This leads to initiative fatigue and leads to folks who are exhausted and overwhelmed. Another challenge that comes up is we're going in many different directions. We might call this fragmentation. You're very focused on this and I'm very focused on that. Other people are focused over here. And what happens is we're not collectively unified. And although we might all be doing very meaningful work, because it's not collectively unified, we can't really collaborate. We can't articulate what we're doing with each other, let alone the students that we're trying to serve, let alone prospective students. It's not that our work doesn't have value, it's that we can't communicate that value with others. And when we can't communicate our value, it is easy to assume we're not bringing very much value, which absolutely isn't the case. Sometimes I talk with folks about our curricular approach and they would say, Keith, we would love to bring a curricular approach. Unfortunately, we don't have the money, we're way too busy, and we're just really focused on student retention. Now I get that, and it's backwards. A curricular approach is what can help you address these problems. Curricular approach doesn't cost you money, it saves you money. I worked with one campus that saved $80,000 in 1 year. They weren't even trying to save money. They weren't in any budget crunch. By shifting the focus away from programs that weren't really delivering toward programs and events that really were delivering, they saved $80,000 by accident in just one department. Imagine what that could do for your division. It's not only money that we save, it's our most precious resource, which is staff time. One campus, again, just in one department, saw a 72% reduction in student conduct, 72% reduction in incident reports and conduct hearings. Now, what could some of your hall staff do if they could let go of 72% of their conduct hearings? This is just one example of the many aspects of a curricular approach where things get more powerful for students and easier for us. And retention. Of course, retention is a major issue. And a curricular approach doesn't specifically, explicitly focus on retention, but it does deliver the results. When students have a more meaningful, more valuable, more purpose-centered experience, they want to come back to that. One campus, just in housing, saw a 3% increase in retention from first year to second year. That's why they now have a divisional curricular approach to amplify those benefits across. I'm so excited to work with this campus here in California. They're really focused on bringing that intentionality, clarity, alignment, and integration to their work. They're working so hard. They've got so many smart people, and this will just really help them bring that all into an alignment. If you think a curricular approach could save you money, reduce your staff time, and end the tyranny of more, the tyranny of busyness, and bring a coherent way for you to articulate your value to each other, to your students and prospective students, and your colleagues across the institution, I'd love to work with you.